Welcome to IMO Math Clinic. Today we are solving a simple radical equation, which is 81 raised to power sine square x plus 81 raised to power cos square x is equal to 30. So before solving this question, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow us in this page, in Facebook page. So anytime I'm releasing video, you're able to see it directly and easy. So in solving this, the first thing you are going to do is, in solving a question like this, the factor of 81 is highly important to know. What is factor of 81? 81 is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 3 raised to power 4. So if 81 is 3 raised to power 4, let's substitute the value of 3 raised to power 4 here. We have 3 raised to power 4 raised to power sine square x plus 3 raised to power 4 raised to power cos square x is equal to 30. But there is a power rule. The power rule lets us to know that a raised to power m raised to power n can be a raised to power m times n. That is the power rules. So let's apply the power rules into this equation. We have 3 onto 4 sine square x plus 3 onto 4 cos square x is equal to 30. But there's something we call trigonometry identity. In trigonometry identity, it lets us to know that sine square x plus cos square s is equal to 1. So let's try to make cos square s as a subject of the formula. Therefore, cos square x is equal to 1 minus sine square x. So let's consider this equation very well. So instead of writing cos square x here, let's write sine square x. So we now have 2 raised to power 4 sine square x plus 3 raised to power 4 cos square x is equal to 30. We now have 3 raised to power 4 sine square x plus 3 raised to power 4 bracket open. So now instead of writing cos square x, you now write 1 minus sine square x. You have 1 minus sine square x is equal to 30. So let's expand this. We have 3 raised to power 4 sine square x plus 2 raised to power 4 minus 4 sine square x is equal to 30. Now, there's another laws of indices which let us to know that a raised to power m minus n can be written as a raised to power m divided by a raised to power n. So, in having a rules in this form, let's obey these rules with this. We have 3 raised to power 4 sine square x plus 3 raised to power 4 over, the 3 also affect 3 raised to power 4 sine square x is equal to 30. Now, if this should be the case, we have, you're able to see it. Let's try to do something to make 3 raised to power 4 sine square s to be equal to value of m. Let's turn it to m. So if you turn this to m, so by turning this to m, let's try to find what this will give us. We now have, let's start from here. So we have from here, so you're able to see clearly. Instead of writing 3 raised to power 4 sine square x, just write m plus 3 raised to power 4 divided by m is equal to 30. So from here, let's multiply out through by m dot m plus m dot 3 raised to power 4 over m is equal to 30 dot m. So this will now give us m square. M will cancel m plus 3 raised to power 4 is equal to 30m. So, and 3 raised to the power 4 is 81. We have m squared plus 81 is equal to 30m. So let's try to form it to be a complete quadratic equation. We have m squared minus 30m plus 81 is equal to 0. So now it has now formed a quadratic equation. So in forming a quadratic equation, let's try to find the value of m. Let's try to find the value of m. Let me try to 4 sine square here. So now we now have m squared minus 30m plus 81 is equal to 0. So if this is this, let's find two numbers that we had together to give us minus 30, but by the time we multiply, it gives us 81. So we can be able to see from, let's use minus 27 and minus 3. So we have m squared minus 3m minus 27m plus 81 is equal to 0. So let's try to group it to find the value of m. So our m here, m minus 3. Minus 27 is common. It will be m minus 3 is equal to 0. So we have m minus 27 onto m minus 3 is equal to 0. So with this, let's try to make to say half m minus 27 is equal to 0 or m minus 3 is equal to 0. So m is equal to 27 or m is equal to 3. So now we will be able to use the value to get the value of m. So we are still looking for the value of theta. So we are still looking for the value of theta. Recall that we said the value of our m, 3 raised to the power 4 sine square s is equal to m. So now let's consider when m is 27, or when m is, let's say when m is equal to 3. Let's find the value of x. So when m is equal to 3, you have 2 raised to the power 4 sine square s is equal to 3. And recall, this 3 can be written as sine square s is equal to 2 raised to the power 1. So there's another law that we call indicical equation, which let us to know that if a raised to the power m is equal to a raised to the power n, from that law, it's also a power rule, but it's under the indicical equation. It lets us to know that m is equal to n because the bases are equal. So therefore, since 3 and 3 are equal, 4 sine square s is equal to 1. So let's try to divide both sides by 4. So to now get the value of sine theta, sine x, we now have plus or minus square root of 1 over 4, which is plus or minus square root of 1 over square root of 4. So sine theta will give you plus or minus 1 over 2. So now, the plus or minus 1 over 2, meaning that x sine x will give us arc sine 1 over 2, which is equal to 30 degrees. But 30 degrees is not the first equation because it is plus or minus. Now, you have to consider the quadrant, which let us to know that. So this is, we find the value of theta, we are getting the one value to be 30 degrees, the second one here, and the third one here, and this. So let's find the value here. When the x, our x now will be, the first is 30 degrees. When it is positive, because it is positive and negative. So where it is positive and negative, in positive side, the other one will give you 180 minus 30, which is equal to, so 180 minus 30 will give us 150. So, and from the 150 is 400 here, 150, 400 here is still plus. So sine 30 is plus, sine 150 is. So let's find the angle from here. So the first one is 180 plus, so here is 30 So here is 150. So let's find for the tan area. So we have 180 plus 30, which should give us 210. So we have 210 here. So for the fourth quadrant, we have 360. 360 minus 30, which is 330. So here is 330 degrees. So now when m is 3, the angle to observe is, for the value of x, is 1, 30 degree, which is this, second one 150, third one 210, and 330. So now, let's now go again to consider when m is equal to 27. So we have to consider when m is equal to 27. Let's find what the value of theta is. So when m is 27, so we have 3 raised to the power 4 sine square x is equal to 27. Now, we have 3 raised to the power 4 sine square s is equal to 3 raised to the power 3. We back to the law again. We have 4 sine square s is equal to 3. So we have sine square s is equal to 3 over 4. So let's find the value of x. We have sine x is equal to square root of plus or minus 3 over 4. Now, meaning that sine x will give us plus or minus root 3 over 2, because this will give you root 3 over root 4. So, how do we now see this? You can still remember the trigonometry ratios for an equilateral triangle. We have 2, we have root 3, we have 60, and we have 30. So mean that sine 60, it will give you root 3 over 2. So that is just where we get. So now we are going to consider when it is plus root 3 over 2 and when it is minus root 3 over 2. So in having this, so you have to consider one, the first the contract again. So now the first one is 60. So the second one will give you 180 minus 60, 180 minus 60, which will give you 120. So this one will give you 180 plus 60, which will give you 240 degrees. So this one will give you 360 minus 60, so which is equal to 300 degrees. So the total numbers of the angle, so the value of x now is, so the first one, which is when x is when m is equal to 3, the x is equal to 30 degrees. That's the first one which you're able to get. The second one is 150, and the third one is 210, and the fourth one is, and we have 330. So this is positive, and this is negative, negative, positive, positive. So when m is equal to 27, so these are the four values. These two sides are positive, the downward is negative. So therefore we have s is equal to 60 degrees, is equal to 120 degrees, is equal to 240 degrees, and x is equal to 300 degrees. So we have 6 values, 8 values, 8 degrees, the angles of the value of x for this equation. So this is a very interesting question so far. Try to subscribe and share this video. So, and try to turn on your